Here's our Blue Ox Heating and Air question of the day. Will Donald Trump's campaign be better off without Corey Lewandowski? Vote at TwinCitiesNewsTalk.com or on the Twin Cities News Talk Facebook page.
Welcome back to Up and Adam. I'm Jack Tomczak. Andrew Lee is on vacation. Filling in is former Speaker of the House Kurt Zellers.
Good morning, Jack.
And current State Rep Matt Dean.
Good morning.
The show produced by Lump.
Good morning.
Do you do the lump smash anymore? Or?
No, not really.
No,
Why? It's fun.
She's growing up now.
I'm 21
Oh, she did the
now,
news bag, so she.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking age, but like responsibilities.
I'm a professional now.
Right.
You have
The
to
only
make
one
me
in the room.
angry. You can't just demand the lump smash.
What?
It has to happen organically.
It's got to come on by itself.
Really?
In studio now, the newly crowned Miss Minnesota, Madeline Van Ert. Good morning, Miss Minnesota.
Good morning to you.
Now, 2016, because that's the year you got crowned in?
That is
how it
correct.
works? All right, Miss Minnesota 2016, Madeline Van Ert, crowned Saturday. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And who are you, and why are you ruling our state?
Well, my name is Madeline, as you said. I grew up in Rochester, Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm currently a student at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, studying political science and Latin.
Ah.
And I was chosen, actually, to rule the state.
Okay, chosen.
Yes,
Right.
it was thrust upon me.
Latin, what do you do with that?
Not a lot. It's more, I think, for me. It just sort of happened organically, as she was saying. But I studied it in high school and kept taking it because it fulfilled the language requirement much quicker than anything else.
Sure.
And I found out I kind of loved it, and so it worked.
Can you do the Latin alphabet 3 times in a row before a match burns out?
Okay, well, it is written just the same letters as the English alphabet. Actually, there's just no W.
Oh.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Surprise.
Up and Adam, educational and entertaining.
Hey, first time for everything for you guys.
Oh.
Pretty much. Yeah. All right, Poli Sci, I'm not going to ask you your political affiliation. I think that would be unfair. But with a Poli Sci degree, what do you hope to do with that?
Well, my intention thus far has been to go into legislation someday. I
Stay away from these two guys.
Well, it seems a little dangerous now that I've met a couple, but
It's a dangerous path.
careful.
Well,
You can always fall back on the Latin, though, if it doesn't work.
Right, yeah. Well, actually,
It's actually more useful than the politics
That's
side.
exactly it. That's exactly it.
Yeah, you can get used to saying, would you like fries with that?
right.
Or, good morning, Twin Cities, Up and Adam. Kurt, you're a Poli Sci major, right?
Yeah, yeah.
As was I. Matt?
Architecture.
All right, I knew that. I knew that.
What? Yeah, how he drifted into this mess. You actually made things. Jack and I are just full of it. You
Could have
made
done
things.
something.
Made a living.
Yeah.
Made the world a better place.
We are. Don't let them jade you, get you jaded. You have to be able to overcome this and run for office someday.
All right, now, as I've said earlier, I believe our Minnesota Constitution says that you are now third in line after the governor, lieutenant governor, and then pageant winner.
Then the pageant went. Oh, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm surprised it's that low, actually. But
Well,
And you cast the tie-breaking vote if there is a tie in either chamber of the legislature. You cast the deciding vote.
right, but I get to sing it, right?
That's correct.
oh,
You
yeah.
have to sing it.
Okay,
I
yeah,
think,
that's
I think
what I thought.
it's more of a may, shall
Like a performance,
issue. Yeah.
yes.
All right, so this is the Miss America system. There's a bunch of other pageant systems out there that
Correct.
don't matter.
Wanna
No,
be
Miss
cares about.
America's the OG
This
system.
is it. This is the one that counts. So you'll be competing for Miss America, and when is that?
That is September 11th. It'll be airing
Okay, and in where?
in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
And
That's the only
fabulous
reason to-
Atlantic City.
Only reason to go to that state.
Right. One reason.
All right, so to be Miss Minnesota, you have to you need a platform, right?
Correct.
A thing you're going to be promoting for the next year. What is yours?
My platform is entitled Fine Arts for Kids. It's based on a pilot program I began a few years ago, which provided free arts education to kids on free and reduced lunches in the public education system. It's an issue that's super near and dear to my heart. I grew up in a very musical family with just a lot of opportunity for that, and
Like
it wasn't.
the Von Trapps?
Funny you should say that because our last name is Van Ert, as you see, and so we used to sort of walk down the street, and my dad would play the guitar, and we'd all sing, and people would joke we were the Van Ert family singers, just like in The Sound of Music.
Nice.
Wow.
But it wasn't until recently that I realized that not everybody had access to that because of, their socioeconomic background. And so me and a few of my classmates provided piano, dance, and visual arts lessons to the kids. And it was such an empowering opportunity, especially being so near to my heart. But I think really the root of my platform is engaging communities and our youth, and picking issues that are important to them and not looking to some far-off power to solve it for them, to really get their hands dirty and get in there with the kids and really feel responsible for the community.
So, like, take care of the kids locally.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Think about it.
Doing good at your local level.
Yeah, like helping people you know.
See, this is why she's in Miss America.
Yeah.
There's no Mr.
Not
America.
legislation.
You should stick with what you're working on now. You're going to do way better.
So, apart from growing up to be able to, I don't know, how to play piano or sing or make art, why do kids need art in their lives?
Well, I mean, we've seen, constant studies that have shown that a holistic approach to education is absolutely essential. I think that it creates the creative problem solving and uses different parts of your brain that aren't just filling in the bubble with the correct measurement. Of course, you need these facts to be able to solve problems, but being able to actually apply these things that you're learning is something that only comes through that sort of creative outlet.
Now, when I was taking piano lessons, when I wanted to quit piano lessons and succeeded,
Was it because he didn't have rhythm? Or
yes, and
it's kind of important.
He got himself fired from piano lessons.
pretty much.
And that's not
My
surprising.
piano teacher did say, "I don't really think you're into this." You are right. Well, my dad said, "Don't quit, because when you're an adult, it'd be really great to be able to just sit down at a piano because they're everywhere and be able to play." Like many things, and I told my dad this over Father's Day, the older I get, the wiser he has become. He was right.
As always.
How do you impress upon a kid that sticking with something, particularly a musical instrument, that takes some practice? I mean, sometimes if you can sing, you can sing, and you don't need to practice all that much to be adequate. But with playing an instrument, you got to keep up on it. How do you tell a kid that you're going to want to know how to do this when you're an adult?
Yeah, it is a tricky thing because you don't want to make it a chore because a lot of it, like, again, you want it to happen organically. You want to use that creative mindset. But I think you just do sometimes have to impress upon them that you need to do it. I mean, when it's in the schools and it's like, oh, this is just like a little for fun project, you know what I mean? You don't have to, like, work on it and actually practice. I think if you make it sort of a requirement in schools, people will then, once they get to a certain level, it'll happen organically, and that'll just be a part of who they are.
Because I remember it became a chore for me to have to practice. You have to practice, and I see that where I don't know if we talked about this or not, Kurt, but my little girl, she's coming up on 5 and she's in dance, and I could tell in her performance she had not been practicing, and the fact that I'm in charge of her and I know that I see her all the time, she wasn't practicing. It's like, do I want to make her practice, or does that take the fun out of it? And I don't know what to do because I don't want to ruin it for her, but she needs some practice.
It is a delicate balance for sure.
I've decided just to scream practice at her.
Right.
And I think
Beat
it's
the
bad.
meter sticker.
Right. I think it's bad where you shamed her in front of the rest of the dance troupe. That's because that's bad.
Shut down the whole thing. Everybody stop. This one isn't practicing.
The one over there isn't doing her fair share. Would the rest of you please point that out? That's you don't do that.
It's like anything with what you try to impress upon kids is they lack perspective. Whether it's dancing or piano lessons or just school, they lack the perspective that you have as an adult where you know that they should be working harder because it'll benefit them later, but they don't.
Just feels really unfair.
Yeah, they'd rather go play outside. Maybe they're right. I don't know.
Maybe.
So the other people, how many people competed for Miss Minnesota this year? What's
There
the
was
total?
27 contestants.
So you bested. Well, you're more impressive than Donald Trump. Bested 26 others. Who's
And
the
she has more money in her campaign account.
In her
I would
budget.
not-
Bad news.
Not
We
sure.
talked about it a little earlier.
Who's the cattiest of the other competitors?
Who is Miss Uncongeniality?
Who's the monster? Who's the real monster?
No, really. The 27. The beautiful thing about the Miss America program is it is such an empowering organization inherently, as well as among competitors. Every single girl there would have made an incredible Miss Minnesota, and I think everybody there knew that. It really, the spirit there is so uplifting, and everybody is so supportive, and everybody is there on a different journey for a different reason, and it's so accomplished, and it's so overwhelming and so powerful to be able to be surrounded by such inspirational women. And I mean, at the end of the day, it could have been any one of them.
I didn't know a thing about the pageant world until a few years ago, and since then we've met a bunch of people who have become Miss Minnesota, and I had certain misconceptions about the Miss America, the pageant world, and like everybody who's won has come in here has been super smart, super pretty, super capable. It's like okay,
Oh,
not an easy thing to accomplish.
And doing good things for the community.
who knew?
You should do that, Jack, sometime.
I tried.
Yeah, you should give being nice a try sometime.
The community said no. They said, stop helping. How about you do radio for a while?
You should just get off our side, Jack.
Yeah,
just you don't have to be for us, but just don't don't be with
less
us.
talking in public is what they said. All right, well, congratulations and thank you very much, and good luck spreading fine arts for and to the kids. We look forward to the reign of terror. Come in in September, and we'll help what we can.
Thank
there.
you.
All right.
Thank you
Madeline
very
Van Ert, the newly crowned Miss Minnesota 2016. Where can people find you online?
Well, I'm on like all social media platforms. It's at Miss America MN.
All right. When we come back, let's talk about a piece in the Star Tribune that suggests we need a new constitution and has some suggestions as to what that should look like.